Peace. Think fast. If you ever find yourself offended by something somebody says, or you take something that somebody says personal, that mean there is some inner work to do. And what it mostly points to is like feeling that you are insulted by a certain comment or whatever would mean that that comment or whatever must have some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? And you don't realize that say for instance, when a person is trying to insult you or somebody else, they are projecting what's going on inside themselves on you, and it's not dealing with you. So if they say, "Man, you stupid," somewhere inside themselves, they think they're stupid. On some type of subject or some situation. Is their own inner stupidity that they're trying to throw on you. Or their own, like, if they're not dealing with the same exact thing, it's still trying to project some type of energy onto you when they're dealing with a certain energy that's eating at them. You know what I'm saying? So like a person is like like, "Man, you fat," or you look like you getting fat, or you look fat. If you take it personal, that's almost like agreeing, like, "Yeah, I think I am fat." And the reason why you taking it personal, because you do feel like, all right, man, I do feel kind of fat, And the reason why you feeling some kind of way is because you feel like there's some truth to what that to that little insult or what that person just said. So you take it personal. Like if a person like, "You ugly," and I always say this, like, when people say things to us, you could tell, or outside, like, you could tell what a person is dealing with if they take a certain insult personally or whatever. Like, so if somebody like, "Oh, you ugly," and that person like feels some kind of way and they want to fight about it, that's because they truthfully feel like they're ugly. So like, all right, I want to fight because you called me what I am, or what I feel I am. So now we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's same thing with I always make the joke about homosexuality. I'm like, if somebody, say for instance, called me gay or whatever, for lack of a better word, if I took that personal, it must mean I need to go looking inside myself and see, what's going on. Because if I feel some kind of way about somebody calling me gay, that must mean it must have some truth to it, and that's why I'm flipping out about the situation. A lot of people don't get that about that dynamic, with the homosexual situation. Like a lot of overly masculine, like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's like trying to run away or mask certain energies, or run away from certain things in your brain, But again, taking anything personal. So if somebody like, "Bro, you coward," if you know you're courageous, if you know you are a fearless person, you're gonna laugh at that person like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever floats your boat. And two, when you're in that place of knowing what you are and not being offended and not taking it personally, you do start to see that, all right, the person who's throwing out that insult, they just dealing with something that's inside of them. Like, they got some energy that they need to transmute or deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of like when I know if I brought up recently in a story, but like if you dislike weak people, like, so kind of like not on the insult vibe, but like dealing with yourself. Like if you dislike say for instance weak people, again, that means you dislike the weakness within yourself. So whatever you find yourself disliking, you know what I'm saying? So say for instance, if you dislike homosexual people, then you dislike the androgynousness of your being, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean you're that's your sexual orientation, but that in general we are androgynous. So you find yourself hating somebody, whether it's a male or female, that's homosexual, then you hating the androgynous nature of your being, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying that you are homosexual yourself, but again, you have a problem with the combining of the masculine and feminine energies within yourself, being balanced, But again, it's all reflections. It's all dealing with, whether it's you projecting something onto somebody or somebody else projecting something onto you, but it's all the inner universe being projected outside, So again, if you ever feel offended, like just automatically, if you feel offended right now, matter of fact, that's the thing to do right now. Ask yourself, what comments or things have you been offended by lately? Like what things that somebody has said lately that you have took personally? And when you see what those things are, then you know that that's what you need to work with within yourself, and that's the part of yourself that you need to love, or whatever the case may be. But again, if you're taking things personally, that's almost like saying that those things are true of yourself, So just something to, something that you could use to self-assess, your spiritual growth in essence, and see what what vibes is still dealing with your ego, like what your ego is still dealing with and needs to grow away from, Because again, that's the ego feeling the separation anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody say you ugly or this and that. You should see that person that says you are ugly as a reflection of yourself. Like that's that. In fact, it is a reflection of yourself that's having trouble dealing with certain aspects of yourself. So say, for instance, that person like, oh yeah, you ugly. If you don't indulge, so say for instance, they like you ugly, you like whatever. Of course you don't I'm trying to find a way to, if I'm not able to articulate it, maybe it's not meant for me to articulate it, but all right, maybe it's not. I guess I see what's going on. Like I'm trying to go too deep into the situation, it could just become confusing, so I'm gonna just fall back, because dealing with this English language, you kind of use certain words repetitively, but which you may want them to have different meanings, but because everybody operate and have different perceptions, even though I may deliver it with a different meaning, your perception may still grab onto it with a certain definition that may throw off the context of what I'm trying to deliver. So I just fall back. I digress. But that's basically it, y'all. Just know that you gotta do some inner work. If you're taking anything personally, if you're feeling some kind of way because of a certain comment or something of that nature, then got some inner work to do. You got a little light to go within that dark side self and flash that light, Go connect with certain shadows and see what's going on, and but that's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.